I also want to talk about some storylines. Right now, conference play, like I said, is starting to gear up around the country. It starts in the SEC this weekend. State is going to Arkansas, which is a very exciting series. I'm excited to watch that and also some college basketball. But the thing I want to talk about right now, some storylines, some underperformers, right? So teams that came into the season with very high expectations and maybe have not lived up to those expectations. And for two of the teams on this list, they realistically could still go win the World Series, the College World Series. But to date, they've not lived up to expectations. The first on the list I have is LSU. I've seen a lot of the guy who said that he would sacrifice LSU's baseball season for Lane Kiffin. That has been circulated around Twitter a lot, and for good reason.
Careful what you wish for.
Exactly. They were preseason number 1.
That's just copium. That's full copium, bro.
From who?
From LSU fans.
What, to blame that guy?
No, to say I'm fine with the trade of Lane Kiffin.
That's what he said preseason. Yeah.
No, he said
that before Kiffin was hired.
He said it before Kiffin was hired. He was like, I would sacrifice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said before Kiffin was hired, I will sacrifice LSU's baseball season for Lane Kiffin. And they got Lane Kiffin, and so now it's like the Florida State eating crap out of a cup guy. Like Twitter promises have meaning. They carry weight.
Yeah.
You got to be careful what you say on Twitter because the Twitter gods will frown upon you if you do not back it up, or they might curse you. But anyway, LSU was preseason number 1. They have now lost 4 of their last 6, including a series loss to Sacramento State. So SEC play will start for them. Are they ranked number 2 right now? No, 13. Is that what it said down at the bottom?
Yes, they're 13th.
13th. So they've dropped a little bit since they're outside the top 10 since the start of the seaon. Once again, the talent on that team is insane. They've won 2 World Series in the last 3 years. Yes, because it was Paul Skeens and then Tennessee, and then they won it again last year. So they've won 2 World Series in the last 3 years. They're a very talented baseball team. I believe they had the number 1 high school recruiting class in the country. If not number 1, it was up there. So they could still turn around and win the World Series, but for now, right now, they've been underwhelming. Another team on the list right now, Vanderbilt, preseason number 18. They are 11-7.
Not great.
It is not great at all. They've lost to UC Irvine, Central Arkansas, and North Dakota State. This is just me and Jack were actually talking about this about a week ago about how Vanderbilt, just as a program, has been a little bit underwhelming over the last couple years, and they're in such a difficult spot because they have a coach who's been there for forever, and he's won a World Series there, and he's been to another
multiple.
One. Has he won multiple? 2019
was he not there when they won it with like Dansby Swanson in 2015?
He probably was then. He probably was. But I know he won in 2019, and then lost to Mississippi State in 2021. So he's been there for a long time, and it's just such a tough spot for them because they're just not playing well right now. And I don't think they were great last year. Tim Corbin, he was there, so he's got 2 then. But I just don't think that the standard at Vanderbilt is okay with being a little above average. Like I think the standard is excellence, right? You want to be in the World Series every year. Every team does, but like for Vanderbilt, that's an understandable standard because they've done it. So that'll be something to keep your eye on. If they don't finish in the top 25, and then how does next year go? Like that'll just be interesting to see. Another gut team I have, Arizona, preseason number 24. They are 6-10.
Brutal, man.
And they lost 6 straight to begin the season. Part of that was they did play a 3-game series against UCLA, which most teams would get swept in a 3-game series against UCLA.
That was Yeah,
but it is tough to lose 6 straight to start a season. And they just got their first series win against Fresno State this weekend.
Oh, well, hey, they're on the up and up.
They are, getting better every week. That's the goal.
One of these days I'll get conference realignment down pat in my head, but I was about to be like, it's tough to open up conference play playing UCLA, and I was like, oh, no.
Nope, different conferences.
Yeah.
Big 12 Arizona, Big 10 UCLA. And then the last team, it's not in my notes actually, but I'm glad Jack brought them up, is South Carolina. South Carolina, 2-3 years ago, hired Paul Maneri.
This is second season.
Is this his second season? Okay. Paul Maneri, former LSU coach, won a World Series there, and did not have a good season last season, but in the offseason they had a very good transfer portal class. They had, I believe, a top 5 portal class according to 64 Analytics, which the big thing was 64 Analytics. I think I have it bookmarked somewhere, and this is not like I'm gonna.
How dare you?
I'm not going to burn 64 Analytics, but they tweeted
predictive and
exactly. They tweeted out in the middle of this last offseason, like last year's portal class, the top 5 teams all hosted a super regional. And I don't remember who those teams were. I'd have to go back and look. But the top 5 teams from the 2024 offseason all hosted super regionals. And so South Carolina had a top 5 portal class this year, or at least they did right up until the end. It might have moved around, but I believe they finished with one. Do not look like they'll be hosting a super regional.
No.
They're 12-6, but I don't have all of their, like I said, I don't have my notes up for them.
There's bad vibes and stuff. There's been some questionable post-game comments. They put up a little fight against Clemson a couple weekends ago. They won the first game and then lost the next 2.
Yep.
The more you know.
What?
That series was a home, neutral, and away
game
series. That is so strange. I can't say I've ever seen that done before, like over a weekend. But wow, okay.
I like it. It's a cool concept.
It is, but and only so many places can pull that off. But they're just close enough together they can actually make it happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry. That's.
Yeah, I saw you got very confused over there. Anyway, so they're another team that's underperformed just because they're off season. You kind of expected them to come in and have a better season, and they have not done that. Overperformers. So optimism, excitement, teams that are playing really well. Southern Miss, a Mississippi school.
They run the SIP.
They do run the SIP currently. The issue Southern Miss has always been postseason success. We were looking into this.
Sure.
They've made the postseason, I believe, 8 years straight now, excluding the COVID season, going back to like 2018 or 2019. So they've been fantastic, but they just can't get postseason success. They've only been to Omaha once, I believe, in maybe 2024.
They went to Omaha in 2009.
Oh, excuse me then.
Yes.
But they were preseason 20. They're now 15-2, and they've got some huge wins already on record. They've got a win over Oregon State. They beat Alabama in a midweek. They beat Mississippi State in a midweek, and they beat Ole Miss in a midweek, just actually on Tuesday. So they've had some really key midweek games to kind of set up their strength of schedule really well going into conference play. And they're going to be a team to watch just going forward because they've been really good at baseball. They are now the record holder for the most consecutive current 40-plus win seasons at like 9 straight seasons with 40-plus wins. And that is
Southern Misses?
Yes. Southern Miss has the most.
Oh, yeah, because the COVID season that they didn't make the regionals.
Right.
Yeah.
So the most 40-plus win seasons in a row. I believe that's active, and that's Southern Miss right now. So a very good baseball school. They've been overperforming, I would say. And that's not to be disrespectful. They're like playing like a top 5 team right now. I'm not trying to say that Southern Miss was not going to be good, but they've just been like fantastic to start the season.
Yeah.
My other team that's overperforming right now is UTSA. They are 14-3, and according to my model, have a top 10 offense. They've been really good to start the season. I wanted to give a shout out to your Roadrunners. I know you're a big Roadrunner guy.
Yeah, I appreciate it. That means a lot.
Yeah, picked them to go to the playoffs actually in football at the beginning of the season. They did not do that.
Happen.
Did not do that.
The thought was there. Like I still could see the vision, but inconsistent.
Yeah, so they have had a really good start to the season. And then the last team is UC Santa Barbara. They've got a top 15 defense according to my model, and then also only have 2 losses. They're 13-2, and those 2 losses have come to Southern Miss. And so there's a chance if Southern Miss is the best team in the country, UC Santa Barbara might be the second best.
True.
That's how that works logically. Transitive property. So those are my teams that have been overperforming through the first, 2 months into the season now? Month,
I'd say.
We're only it feels like it's been an eternity. We're only a month into the season.
You just play so many games to start the season, like
Yeah.
multiple midweeks.
Yep.
Sometimes some people are playing 4 games over a weekend.
Yep.
But yeah,